it's Amanda, and I'm coming to you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the TWSBI, for lack of a better word, I'm going to call them the classic inks. It's their inks that come in the 70 milliliter bottle. They come packaged in a box like this. There is a foam thing on top, and then you have the bottle, which is also housed in a foam piece, and it comes with one of those little little thingies so you can dump the ink. This is my bottle of TWSBI Midnight Blue. I love it. It's one of my favorite inks, but it comes in the 70 milliliter bottle. It has a nice plastic cap, but if you have one of the TWSBI ink bottles, you can go ahead and you can put that on there and then use that like that if you want to. I don't, so I just, ooh, I got ink all over. I already have ink on myself. Yeah, so I have a bottle of TWSBI Midnight Blue and a bottle of TWSBI Black, and then I have samples of the rest of them. And what I did is, just to make life easier, I made sample vials from my bottles. Oops. So I have samples to play with for the whole time. So we have TWSBI Red, which when I originally bought my samples, I did not get TWSBI Red. I got the Sapphire Blue, and I got the Blue Black, which I wanted to try. I also got a sample of the TWSBI Black, but I used it, and then bought a bottle. And then TWSBI Midnight Blue did not exist when these first came out. This used to be the full set, and originally I thought these were too similar to even like bother with, and then they came out with Midnight Blue, and all I wanted from this blue, because I thought these were too kind of washed out and watery, was I wanted a blue that was similar to the black, and that's kind of, I got my wish there. This does sheen a lot. I don't care about that so much, but it is, of the blues that are offered, my favorite. But I thought that I would do some writing samples of some of the ones that we have here, and just so you could kind of see them. I haven't seen many people talk about them. I know that Creepy Nibs has a video on TWSBI Black. Well, yeah, I think he has a review on TWSBI Black, but he also, or did he do, I can't remember if he did a review or if it was just when he talked about his TWSBI Rose Gold. I know that he had TWSBI Black in his Rose Gold. Yeah, I love TWSBI Black. It's not like the blackest black ever, and I don't think that it's not really like water resistant really. I just love how inky it is. It doesn't really coat the vial, but you can kind of see how it kind of sticks to the side a little bit. It coats the pen. Like if it's in a pen, it seems like it coats the pen pretty good. But yeah, it's just like kind of, it's kind of, I don't know. It's just like thicker than these are kind of watery. Yeah, it's beautiful and I love it. And then Midnight Blue is pretty much the same. The Midnight Blue coats the vial and the pen a little more than I see the TWSBI Black is doing right now. But these two are my favorite, and I have not really worked with these very much. I bought my sample of red at Van Ness Pens because I didn't have one. And then I bought my samples of TWSBI Blue and TWSBI Blue Black from Goulet Pens. As you can see, I bought the sample from Goulet Pens, but my bottle was from Van Ness, and my bottle of Midnight Blue came from Pen Chalet. So, yeah, sharing the wealth as far as where I bought my ink. This actually, I got the TWSBI Midnight Blue for free actually, because I had, they have like an ink rewards program where if you buy ink you get points, and after a certain number of points you get a free bottle of ink, and I ended up using my free bottle of ink on this. So yeah, so anyway, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna do some dipped pen tests just so we can kind of see what we're working with here. I'm gonna actually start with Sapphire Blue. I'm gonna actually do the blues first and then follow up with black and red, just because that's what I want to do. So yeah, okay, we had a little technical difficulty, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of restart my writing sample. We're doing these all with the TWSBI medium because that's what I had available, and this is TWSBI Sapphire Blue. I think this has some nice shading. I like it, but I like it better in the writing than I do on the swatch. I'll do a little quick. Oops, dog, not doc. We will do a Q-tip swab just so we can kind of see what it looks like on paper. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like on this paper, and I also have it swapped on a different paper, on a cream colored paper, so you can kind of see what it looks like. And I'll do a little second layer here just so we can kind of see what it looks like a little bit darker. Okay, next up we're going to do Twizzy Blue Black, which is a little bit darker, but still kind of, you can kind of see that Twizzy Sapphire Blue is a little kind of watery. It doesn't cover everything as much as like Twizzy Midnight Blue or Twizzy Black does, but I like the way that those look, so we'll kind of see what this looks like. This is Twizzy Blue Black. Kind of in the writing, this looks a little darker, but they look very similar. We'll see how they look when they dry. Let's see if I can spell dog correctly this time. Cool. And then we will get our swab. Where's our ink sample? Here it is. See, even kind of at least wet in like the wet swabs, they don't really look that different. Like I think you could go with either or. At this point, and be perfectly fine. Like there's not enough difference here between these two, at least for my personal taste. Like even in the swatches, they're kind of, zoom out a little bit. Oops, zoom out. Oh god, the autofocus thing went on. Like even just in the cards, like they're a little different, but like not really. Like this one's a little darker and a little more stormy looking, I think, but yeah. And you can see on the swatch on here. You can see on here, like it is a little darker. There is some slight difference, but for my own personal taste, it's not really, there's not really that much of a difference. Now we're going to talk about my favorite. Okay, next up is Twizzy Midnight Blue. This is a sample that I made for myself out of my own bottle. You can see how it coats the vial. It's like real dark. I love that. You can see how it just like coats the nib. Ugh, I love it. I love it so much. So, Twizzy. This ink just glides across the paper. I love it. I just love it. I love it so much. Okay. TWSBI Midnight Blue. So you can see that there is definitely a difference between the blue black and the blue and the midnight blue. It's like, I wonder if they added blue to the black or a little black to the blue. I don't know how they did it, but I love it. I just absolutely adore it. Yes, please. Thank you. If you have seen Creepy Nibs' video about his TWSBI Rose Gold, I know that he does mention that the TWSBI Black kind of like had a problem where it stuck. It like made his piston stick. And it does do that for me. And also this ink does that as well. Or it can. I haven't had like many problems because I've pretty much emptied it out once. Like I've only tried cleaning it out once I've like finished it. I haven't done anything else with it otherwise. But I just love it. I don't even care. I don't even care that that's a thing that it does. I just love the way it writes. It glides onto the page, like I said. It's just, now we're going to do TWSBI Black. I probably should have done red before I did these two because they're so dark, but too late. Yeah, it's just, look at the way that it coats the nib. I love it. Okay. TWSBI Black. It just flows out, and this is just dipping it. It just flows out of the nib and just like so super smooth, and it's just so beautiful. I'm in love. Just in love. Oh, I didn't quick brown fox it. Oh well. Ah, crap. Okay. Okay, hold on. I've already dunked my pen, so I'm gonna have to. Okay. I've already dunked it in the water, so I don't know how good this is gonna be of an ink dip, but we'll try it. We'll see what happens. Just love it. I cannot help it. I cannot help it. I love it so much. I love it so much. Okay. Okay, now let's try that again with the Swabby Swab. It's so, I love it. There are blacker inks out there. I just love how this ends up on a page. I just love it. That's all I can say about it. Your mileage may vary, but this is one of my favorite blacks. Black is not a color that I gravitate towards. In fact, usually if I want a black ink, I want it in a really, really fine nib. This is one of the only blacks that I will shove in a broad nib. I don't think I've used it in a stub nib, but any nib that I've used it in, I've loved it in. I've only ever used it in TWSBI pens though, so one thing that I would like to test is putting it in a different nib. But I just love it. I just love it. last but certainly not least, I don't know. I don't have enough room to do the swab, so we'll do TWSBI Red on this page. TWSBI Red. TWSBI Red seems like it reminds me a lot of their colors, and I don't really know why they didn't do red as one of their colors. I guess because they were doing it as one of their basics. Just do TWSBI. Like I said, this one's not. Oh, I never showed you the card. There's TWSBI Midnight Blue. There's TWSBI Black. Even my card doesn't make it look as like black as it is. It sheens really nicely when you write with it. And then here's TWSBI Red. It's just kind of red. It's like, I don't know. I like other reds better. Hopefully you can see this. I don't know that I would buy a bottle of any of these except the ones that I've already purchased, just in my own personal opinion. But yeah, like I like the way, I mean, I've only dipped them. I haven't inked a pen with them, just done the dip test. But I like the way that they write a lot more than I like the way that they show up on my coloring cards. But here you see in the swab, it's just... Ugh. It's just, it almost looks pink in this swab, and it's really light. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. So that's that. So that's what these are. Let's see. Like I said, personally, my favorites are the Midnight Blue and the Black. Your mileage may vary. You might like something else. You might like these. I wanted to go ahead and show you. I only have one of the papers, one of the extra papers here. I don't know where the other. Well, I mean, I know where they are. I just don't feel like getting them. I did a writing sample of the. Let me move this so I don't smear it. I did a writing sample of the the Sapphire Blue in my Leuchtturm. I dipped every TWSBI pen size that I had and kind of wrote it. Yeah, but I just didn't want to do that for all these pens, so I did not. But that's kind of what it looks like. Let's see, can we compare? Here's what it looks like. I don't know if that's necessarily a good comparison. Yeah. So anyway, it's just meh. Oh, I have ink everywhere. Okay. Did I touch something that has ink on it? Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So here's my TWSBI inks, and this is not the TWSBI video I had in my head, but this is what they look like. I do want to show you one last thing of them. I kind of showed you in another video briefly. It's my Ink Swatch Notebook, and I did go ahead and show these in here. We have the TWSBI. How can I best show these? We have the Sapphire Blue and the Blue Black. I love the way these two inks look on this cream paper. They look a lot more different on the cream paper. On the white paper, they look different, but not enough for me to like care. They actually, at least in the swabs and the writings, they kind of look too similar to me. As always, I love Midnight Blue, and you can see the red sheen. And then the TWSBI Black, I just love it, and that's what it looks like, those two. And then the TWSBI Red just looks like a darker pink to me. It just looks like a darker pink to me. So that's kind of how that compares. yeah, so the red I'm not really pleased, like enthused by. Then I have the rest of the colors that are just from the color, from the 6-pack of colors that they had. But yeah, they're just okay. But if you were ever wondering what they kind of look like and how they look next to each other, I hope this video helped. I hope it helps you make decisions. If you love saturated dark blues, I think that you will love TWSBI Midnight Blue. I love the black. Like I said, there's so many black inks out there that you like kind of, I mean, you don't have to have so many of them, but I just love it. It's not water resistant or waterproof really. I just love the way that it writes out of a pen. I have other black inks that I like. I like Platinum Carbon Black. I have a bottle of Rohrer and Klingner Document Black, because I'm not going to say the German because I'm terrible on it. But if you want to hear the German pronunciation, go watch Creepy Nibs, because he is good at that. Yeah, so anyway, so I just love how these two specifically look. Like, this is my opinion, and these are my favorites. But here is what these look like again. And that red, that's really just kind of a dark pink. It's not that special to me. But if you are a super fan of TWSBI and want to get all of the things, I would recommend getting all of them if you want to. But yeah, if you don't care and so much and just want my personal opinions about which inks you should get, I would definitely get the black, and I would definitely get the Midnight Blue. And if you only want to get one of these, I definitely would get the Midnight Blue. I think it's similar to like other ones that are out there, like maybe Majestic Blue, maybe. Oh, do I have? Where's my card? Do I have my card? There's an ice cream truck out there. We don't even have an ice cream. Oh, I don't have my cards here. Let me go get them. That was so dangerous. I just picked this up off the counter and it was not closed, and these cards could have gone everywhere. Oh, this isn't even the right card ring. Hold on a second. We'll do some quick color comparisons because I have cards out here. If you want to see how they Diamine Diatramentus Sherlock Holmes, that's like a popular blue. Let's go ahead and see some popular blue that people like. I like Sherlock Holmes. And then there's, actually, let me take this off the card. This will be easier. So we have Sherlock Holmes. Then we have TWSBI Blue Black, and then we have TWSBI Sapphire Blue. That's kind of where it falls in between those if you want a comparison. And then here's where it looks like next to Midnight Blue. So there's that. Here's Diamine 1864 Blue Black. Definitely more of a blue black to me. That's what it looks like next to the TWSBI Midnight Blue. Midnight Blue is definitely like a lighter blue compared to this. This seems like it's more of a true blue black to me, in my opinion. Diamine Blue Velvet is definitely a more vibrant blue. Oh, here's a good one. Here's Diamine Eclipse. That's one that a lot of people like. That's how that one compares. Throw in black just for yahoos. Okay, here's my swatch of Majestic Blue. I think the blues are kind of similar, maybe a little bit. This one seems like it's a little darker, but that could have just been how I painted the swatch on. But yeah, so that's how that compares. Do I have anything else? for anybody who got any of the Kickstarter ink, there's Ferris Wheel Press Jelly Bean Blue next to that. I think that more compares to Blue Velvet, personally, but... Grafon Faber-Castell Midnight Blue. These are kind of comparable. This definitely looks a little more blue-black to me personally, but that's how they look next to each other. Here's Jeroboam Blue Nuit. Ugh, I love this one so much. I had this in my Pelican, and I love the way it wrote. Awesome. So that's all I'm going to compare to right now. I could go on for days with blue inks, but yeah. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I hope that you give it a like if you feel like it, or leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Which are your favorite of these TWSBI inks? Do you have a favorite? Are you going to pass on any of them? Has this made you decide if you want to get any of them? Yeah. Switch that up a little bit. So anyway, yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. It was super fun to do this. I'm glad that I was able to get this video off my plate. It's been one that I've been thinking about doing for a long time. So yeah, so hopefully it helps you make a decision, and if you've been eyeing any of the TWSBI classic inks, that's not what they call them, that's just what I'm calling them, the 70 ml bottles instead of the 18 ml bottles that the colors come in. Yeah, I can wholeheartedly recommend them, and I have extensive use of Midnight Blue and Black, and I love them so much. So anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I hope to see you again very soon. Take care!